Hello, Jar Jar Binks. We're very happy to see you, Annie. Hey guys, it's me.
Hey guys, we host Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got. It's Jar Jar. I meant to review this about a week ago now, but as you know, I was inexposed with this room. This room was getting dealt with, and it looks nice now on camera, doesn't it? Look at the backdrop. I love it. So we're all done and dusted with the room, so that means we can get back to regular scheduled programming. So that means I can finally unbox my favourite Gungan. This is Jar Jar Binks from the Star Wars Black Series, a part of the New Wave, and he's number 1 in the Phantom Menace line. So this is the Phantom Menace has got the yellow, nice colour in there, which I really like. It follows right through to the line along the back, which states Phantom Menace. Jar Jar has been a figure that I think has been needed for a long time, and they've taken a long time bringing him out. And I know a lot of people hate on the original, the prequels. I'm not a hater of the prequels. I grew up with them. I have this discussion very regular on the channel. I grew up with the prequels. I went to the cinema about age 5 with my dad to see the Phantom Menace. It was probably one of my first Star Wars experiences. I'd seen A New Hope, I remember that, because I remember not long before Phantom Menace came out, they did put A New Hope back on in the cinemas. So I remember going to see A New Hope with my mum, and like a matinee showing and being like one of the only people in the cinema. I remember that. And then Phantom Menace came out, and I remember Dad taking me to see it. And I was blown away with Star Wars. It was one of my favourite franchises growing up. And it still is to this day. And I love the prequels. The Phantom Menace, like I said, I saw with my dad. Attack of the Clones, again, I think I saw that with my dad. And then the Revenge of the Sith, by the time that came out, my little brother was old enough to go see the cinema, and that was his first Star Wars experience. And I took him to see Revenge of the Sith. So it's kind of passed down generationally in my family. And then from there, we took, Paige, my daughter, she loves Rey, and she loves The Force Awakens. So it's very cool how each of my family members have a different film, which is kind of the first Star Wars experience they had. So I'm really attached to the franchise. It's one thing that I've grew up with and I love. And we finally have Jar Jar Binks in plastic form in the Black Series, and he looks immaculate. I can't wait to play with him. So there is a little write-up on the back, which I will read to you, and it states, a clumsy, well-meaning Gungan outcast on Naboo, Jar Jar Binks struggled to prove his worth throughout his entire life. Let's get him out, guys. Let's break him out of the box. I will do this with more ability. Jar Jar, I won't keep you. I know you're busy. Lost on a bar. I love Jar Jar. He's so funny. A lot of people hated Jar Jar. I really didn't. I found his comedy relief okay. A little bit cringy, but it was funny. As a kid, age 5, it was funny. That's probably the difference. And now obviously I look back with nostalgia rather than hate, which a lot of people look back in anger, so to speak. And I don't. So I think that's where the differences lie. So these are all the shields and things from the movie, from the final battle scene. Oh my god, how do you get that shield out without snapping? There we go. And then we go Jar Jar. So guys, how are you liking the new setup? Obviously some of these little cubby holes behind me are empty at the minute. They will be filled with Star Wars figures very, very soon. And on these little white backdrops here, there will be things as well to look at. So it does look a little bit empty right now, but it will fill up. Right, so we have the big long spear. I just pop that together. There we go. So we have the big long spear, which is like a double-ended speary thing. It's got like a handle in the middle, so that's very cool. Then it comes with the little purple shield as well that they used in the final battle scene. Blue with a little shield. And then it comes with the little blue torchy thing. But the star of the show has got to be everyone's favourite Gungan.
happy to see you, Annie. Your son is alive.
So there he is. I love him. Every time I do the voice, when I look at the figure, I just smile. I've got to admit, I love the figure. Look at that face sculpt. He's brilliant. Yeah, with the alien races and stuff, I find with these Black Series, they always knock them out of the park. They always look amazing. The actual the paintwork on that is beautiful. I like the red on the white and stuff. The way they've shaded it through is really nice. The way you can actually move his neck and head independently is very nice. You can get some great poses. Plus, you can tilt his head from left to right to give him the sort of different animations and things. Very nicely done. So yeah, the neck and the head do all move. Then, of course, we've got like an ab crunch here as well, which is nice. And I believe, is there a further waist swivel there? No, so that's kind of his waist swivel by the looks of things. But his legs do lift out to the side. There's a top thigh cut. We have a double hinge knee there as well, which is very nice. I don't know why we would need it, but we've got it. Then we've got the feet are on rocker and pivots. And again, very nicely detailed, like little toenails and things. His hands do lift, the arms do lift out and do rotate. A single sliding hinge elbow, which also rotates, and the hands as well are on ball joints. Again, they've been painted the little fingernails and things. There's no real issues paint-wise on this figure. It's very clean. There's no warping of any plastic that I can see. There's no residue anywhere. So this is just a great all-rounded figure. They've really, really gone to town on it, which is needed. As it's the first Jar Jar in the line, I would have expected them to make this like an immaculate figurine. And everyone who's a fan of Phantom Menace is going to have one of these in the collection. I think even all those people out there that secretly hate Phantom Menace is going to have one of these in their collection. But yes, guys, let's get on down to the desk cam so you guys can get an up-close personal look at everyone's favourite Gungan, Jar Jar. Let's go down to the desk cam. So here's Jar Jar reunited with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn. Looking very cool. The size difference there is probably spot on, actually. Because obviously, Obi-Wan Kenobi was quite short, but then he's very young, whereas you got Qui-Gon Jinn, who's a lot taller, and obviously he's almost as tall as the Gungan, so that does make a lot of sense, and it does look right scaling-wise. And it's nice to see them all together again. Like I say, we just need that young Anakin and a young Padme to finish that line off. We've got Darth Maul kicking about as well, and I will be displaying these guys together. But you see, when I take these guys away, and I go and add in Anakin from Episode 2, and Ewan McGregor later on, Obi-Wan, older, I don't think the Gungan looks right. I think he needs a costume change, because obviously at this point, he's no longer really wearing this costume. He's definitely in the Senator Binks long black robe, so if anyone can design something like that to shove over the top of his head or whatever, that would be cool. But definitely, he's definitely Senator Binks at that point, so I don't think it looks right to have him with these two characters. So I'm definitely going to be displaying mine as a part of the Episode 1 line with young Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Where does the Gungan sit in your collection, guys? Where's Jar Jar going to sit in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. So, now that we have a Jar Jar sculpt, guys, how long do you reckon it's going to be until we get Senator Binks? I wouldn't be mad at that. They've now made the head and things, the arms, the legs, and everything. They could easily resculpt this with a nice piece of cloth over the top of it and give us Senator Binks, and like I say, I wouldn't be overly mad at that, because I think that would be cool, because obviously he is only in this costume for one film, so it would be cool to re-release him under the Attack of the Clones line, or even Revenge of the Sith, and give him a different costume. And again, I wouldn't be mad at that. Again, if now that we have Jar Jar, I really do hope we get the young Anakin just to go with them, and a young Padme, and then we can finish that line off, because we have all the other characters. They're re-releasing Qui-Gon with a new face tech as well, which I've got on pre-order, and they've already re-released the young Obi-Wan Kenobi. We've already got Darth Maul from Phantom Menace, so it shouldn't be any stretch of the imagination that all we really require now is a young Anakin, and we've got more or less every major character from the movie. And as well, I know that everyone loves the Emperor, and we've got the Emperor on his chair and stuff, but can we not get obviously the version of the Emperor from the prequels, before he becomes the Emperor? Can we not get the Senator? That would be very cool as well. Yes, a couple of new Padmes wouldn't go amiss, because obviously she's a vital character in the trilogy. And we seem to be very much lacking Padme, which is annoying. Especially as it's one of the only few female characters from the prequels. And obviously my daughter and stuff really loves figures as well. She would love to have some nice Padme figures to play with. We've only got one, I think, in the entire collection. But anyway, waffling over with. This is Jar Jar. Look how immaculate that paint is, by the way, guys. Isn't it so nice? The eyes as well, with the yellow and black. Very nice indeed. The little snout and stuff. Very well sculpted. I love the paleness behind the ears that blends through to the neck. With that, then it goes back to that dark orange down the side of him. Again, loving it. Very nicely detailed on the skin design there. Even the costume pieces are very nice. It's just all very well put together to make it a great, immaculate figure. So I'm really not hating on Jar Jar. I love him. I think he's a great figure. The accessories and things that he comes with are pretty cool. Obviously, this is meant to be a deluxe figure. It is classed as a deluxe, and that's because of the overly large accessories that come with Jar Jar. Not that I need them or I'm excited about them, to be honest. I'm just happy to have the figure itself. So I do think, without sounding too thingy, I do think this is a money spinner one. I don't think we needed these accessories, to be fair. Because it is Jar Jar. It doesn't look like any other Gungan from the movie. They all had very different costumes and armor pieces. If they were going to re-release him as like one of the battle Gungans from the movie with the armor, that'd be a lot better. And even, with these pieces, then it would have made sense. But to put these with Jar Jar, I don't think it makes very much sense. I would have rather have had some things that relate to the movie, maybe like a different head sculpt where he's got that frog thing in his mouth, and things like that, or like with the tongue, one with his tongue sticking out, definitely. And I'm surprised as well that the jaw isn't hinged so that we could have the tongue feature, because that is vital to Jar Jar's animation, is that stupidly long tongue. So, and as well, I'm surprised that we haven't got a thumbs up hand. That would have been nice. Obviously, there's that stupid scene where he electrocutes his tongue that everyone remembers, and he sort of gives the thumbs up and he can't speak. So again, that would have been fun to have as well. But anyway, for a first attempt at Jar Jar, this is a great figure. I'm not hating on it. Like I said, I'm just giving some little pointers of feedback on what I thought could have been improved. But I do love this figure, and I hope you guys do. But let's head on back to the desk cam and give you guys a finale for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Let's head on back to the main cam.
So guys, what are your thoughts on this figure? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us. It really helps us out, and it helps us keep making awesome videos like this. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, Mr. gonna say bye-bye now. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, Annie.